right, we're here with the man we did not expect to see at least a week ago, maybe a few days ago. Chase Briscoe, you're at Playoffs Media Day. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's definitely better than sitting at home. That's for sure.
Yeah. Now, can I reveal what you said to me out in the hallway about Jordan's outfit?
Oh. Well, I also called you an investment banker.
Wait, did you say that behind my back?
No, I said it to you.
I didn't hear that part. I just heard that you said that he looks like one of your grandmother's curtains.
Yeah. But I actually wore something kind of similar to that at the banquet like 2 years ago, so I can't say anything.
This is stylish. I don't get why everybody hating.
I mean, I'm not hating.
That's fine. It's all good. Of course you are. But you look like an investment banker.
So, Chase, you were an avid 12 questions reader, and the recent one with Ross Chastain came out on who he would not want to be stuck on an elevator with, and he said you because you're boring, is what he said. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't know that would be. Are you boring?
I don't know. I guess it depends on what you're into. If he wants to talk about watermelons, I don't know anything about watermelons, so I guess I would be boring.
You also said that you would earlier in the season would not want to be stuck on an elevator with Truex.
Yeah.
For your answer, and because of the time you had not spoken to him.
Yeah.
Now you're replacing him. Have you had more interactions with Martin Truex Jr. since this whole announcement that you'll be taking over?
Yeah, we've had like 7 or 8 sentences, which is a lot. I feel like from Martin now that I've got to talk to him a little bit.
7 or 8 sentences, not conversations, but
yeah,
sentences.
we talked about fishing at Chicago, and then there's somewhere else we talked a little bit about just James and the team. So yeah, I'm going to talk to Martin over the course of this off season and just pick his brain a little bit more on kind of what makes those guys go. And yeah, I'm sure we're having more conversations. But yeah, I don't know if he'd be my answer now.
Okay.
What's the last few days been like for you? Because, going into Sunday, this week was much different. Wednesday's usually your sim day, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And now you're thrust into media day and everything else. So what has the last 3-4 days been like for you?
Yeah, it's been busy. It's funny. In Victory Lane, I looked at Arning and I said, what day is media day even? Like, I had no idea. So yeah, it's been a busy couple days. Monday had some interviews, and then Tuesdays for me are always busy. I normally leave the house at like 6:45 in the morning and don't get home till 8 o'clock at night. So that didn't really change, except for we did the beer toast in the afternoon, and then today, obviously, I wasn't going to really do a whole lot today, and now I'm sitting here talking to you guys.
I wanted to ask you about that beer toast. What was that like? We always know the situation at Stewart-Haas Racing and what the future is for that team. Was it bittersweet? Did it feel good to maybe get the last win for the team?
Yeah, it was awesome. Truthfully, just that Tuesday, Monday everybody was off for Labor Day, but that Tuesday, if a Stewart-Haas car didn't win, would have felt so different. Like, it would have been probably the darkest day of SHR history. That place in general, it's been a lot lately, right? Like, it's not been the happiest of places to go to, and it has been a little bit doom and gloom over the last couple months. And, to go in there yesterday, it was probably the most electric and vibrant. Like, everybody was excited. There's just an energy there right now that I have not seen in really the entire 7 years I've been there. Like, even going back to when Kevin and everybody was winning all those races. So, yeah, I think that we could be legit contenders in this deal, and just we have nothing to lose on our backs up against the wall. And I think just the makeup of what Stewart-Haas Racing is, and coming from Tony and all that's what makes us really dangerous, I think, these next 10 weeks.
Chase, what's the evolution been like for you? Because you get to Stewart-Haas and you're just like thrilled to even be part of the organization, right? And then I see this video of the toast, and you're leading, you're standing up in front of everybody, you're giving the rah-rah speech, you're leading the charge. I mean, you're like speaking to the company to pump everybody up. That has to be such an interesting transition for you, knowing where you started.
Yeah, it is crazy, to think about how, I remember in 2018 when they called me and asked if I would just run at first one Talladega race for them. Like, I thought my career was complete. I was going to get to run one race for Stewart-Haas Racing, and now to be 6-7 years after that, to be leading the charge into the playoffs, the only car there, and really kind of carrying the banner for Stewart-Haas Racing this year is something that never in a million years I would have seen myself doing. And to do it under the circumstances and everything else it's pretty wild. Looking back on it, I remember when I came even to the Cup side, 4 years ago, like, Kevin Harvick was the guy, and right underneath him was Eric, and I was never going to be that guy. I was always going to be behind Kevin no matter what I did. And now to be the older statesman, at least, of SHR and the veteran guy there, and be the guy that, like I said, is carrying the banner into the playoffs is pretty wild.
You spoke earlier this year about how there was some concern within the organization of, hey, the longer we go, we may have an information drain, right? Now that you guys made the playoffs, though, like, how does that work? Is the information still flowing with your partners and Ford and everything? Is it?
Yeah. It's some stuff for sure has been a little bit different than what I would say it normally is, but I mean, obviously we can still go win races, right? Like, we're still getting information. It might be a little bit more work to decipher the information. But yeah, we still feel like we can go and win races. Obviously we proved that last week, and yeah, it just is a little bit harder for us maybe than some other teams, but we still are getting stuff. It's just a matter of us trying to figure out how to put all those pieces together. And hopefully, as long as we're still in this playoff run, I think I'm pretty confident that we're going to keep getting those pieces. So yeah, we just got to keep performing.
So your wife is having twins soon. That sounds terrifying.
It is. It's getting more and more scary by the day.
What is
Understandable.
What is the equivalent level of fear in a racing situation or inside a race car to knowing that twins are coming soon?
I would say the twin thing is way more scary.
Than anything in a car.
Yeah, I think so. Like, just the unknown. Like, in the race car, I know kind of what to do and what to expect. And I mean, I have an almost 3-year-old at home now, right? So like, I understand the newborn stage and all that, but I've never had to have 2 of them at once. And just the lack of sleep and everything that's going to come along with it during the playoffs. And even just the trying to make sure I'm there for the labor. Like, that's been something that literally just yesterday, me and Boswell sat down and was trying to figure out a plan. What happens if it happens on a Saturday morning? What happens if it happens on a Sunday morning? Like, just trying to figure out all those logistics. So yeah, it's crazy to know that within the next 5 weeks, I'm going to go from a father of 1 to a father of 3. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit scared.
It's like the big one. You don't know when it's coming, but you know it's going to be bad.
That is so true. Yeah, it is like the big one. You know it's coming, it's just a matter of when.
Joey Logano, he has turned his back on the balding community.
Yeah.
And listen, there's still a chance for you.
I'm embracing it.
You could shave the whole thing.
I'm just trying to make it last a little bit longer. Like, I would at least like to get to like low 30s, I feel like.
Not if you have twins, it ain't going.
I mean, it's going. We've all seen it, right? Like, I don't have much hope. My wife's telling me to go the Joey route, but I think I'm going to embrace it eventually. My pride just won't let me do it.
What can I do to get you to go more this direction than the Joey direction? What can I offer?
I don't know. I don't know. It's
Lots of hats.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem is I wear a hat all the time, right? Like, literally sitting at home in my living room, I'm wearing a hat. So I don't know. I need to just do it eventually because I look like an idiot every time I get out of the car and like it's all the way back to here already, and I'm just trying to make it last.
It's tough to be halfway in.
It's hard to be. We have 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to keep that 1 foot just staked in the ground over there.
It's like a convertible with the top like halfway up, halfway down.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Trust me. Hey, you might be there someday.
Don't
make fun of us.
No, I'm not making fun of my sympathy.
Let's say you're at a restaurant and somebody comes over. You're halfway through this delicious entree. Some fan walks over and they're like, "Yo, Chase. Oh, I'm just such a big fan." But like, they're standing over your food and like you can see like drops of like spit coming down on your food. How do you handle this? Do you like order a new entree? Do you just give up halfway through your meal, or do you just keep digging with after they leave with the spit on it?
Yeah, I would say I'm like the guy that I would just leave it. Ugh. I wouldn't eat it, but I also wouldn't order a new one because
you're like
I feel like it's awkward. Like, I don't like, even when my food's like wrong, I won't say anything because it's just awkward for me to like say something. So I would just leave it and I would be like, "No, I'm good," and then I'd probably stop and get ice cream on the way home.
Yeah. It's a good excuse to indulge.
Yeah, exactly.